What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is finally the day. Today is going to be the day that I'm going to be removing the 7-bolt out of this 95 TSI all-wheel drive Eagle Talon. Yeah, it's been long awaited and the day is finally here. So yeah, I figured why not film the process, and I can show you guys how I remove a 4G63 motor out of a 2G DSM all-wheel drive, to be specific. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, let's go. All right, so this is what we're working with right here. It's pretty much stock, other than we got an air filter there and aftermarket radiator, 1G to be precise. Why 1G radiator? Look at the hose, look at the top hose, how, you know, it's further away from the exhaust manifold, and you know, just to keep the coolant temps a little bit more low if we can, that would be the way to go. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to pull this motor out. First things first, I want to actually place you guys in a time lapse. Why? Because I want to remove the hood, and I want to remove this bumper. It would be a shame to damage this front bumper, and honestly, these are not that easy to come around anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this front bumper and the hood, like I mentioned, and then go from there. All right. So as you guys can see, we got the hood, we got the front bumper out. Now what I'm gonna focus on is we're gonna actually lift up the car, put the car on jack stands, take out the wheels, and start draining our fluids. Radiator, start draining that, start draining the transmission oil, and if you want, your motor oil as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll be back. All right, you guys, so I got the coolant pretty much drained, and then also, like I mentioned, the transmission oil, we got that drained as well. I'm gonna start focusing on a few things here at the top, which you know, is gonna be the intercooler hose. We're gonna do the short ram intake here, blow off valve, all that good stuff, and then I'm gonna focus on the wiring harness and trying to move it in this direction here. Anything else that's connected to the engine here, like the alternator and all your miscellaneous connections going up to the power steering, to the oil pressure sending unit, all that stuff has to be, you know, pulled out. Also your vacuum lines going here to your turbo as well. First things first, I'm gonna actually remove the radiator, and then like I mentioned, I'm gonna be back once I remove everything here in this area, and also the radiator. Okay. All right, so as you guys can see, we got the radiator and the intercooler hoses off as well, radiator lines, all that good stuff. And as I mentioned previously, I'm gonna actually work on the wiring harness and try to swing it this way. Okay, make sure you don't miss that plug. There's a plug for the AC condenser at the very bottom. This one actually doesn't have AC, so I'm not too worried about it, but in case you guys do, just something to be aware of. Okay, so let me start swinging this harness in that direction by undoing all these connections, and then I'll be back. All right, so if you guys are wondering, I actually end up removing the power steering like this, like so, all 4 bolts, 2 on each side. And the reason being is because a lot of people actually like to disconnect them here in this area, And to get them to seal, good luck with that, man. I haven't had good luck to seal. I'm sure you can just replace a O-ring inside and get them to seal again, but you know, I don't want to be looking for that or looking to seal this in the future. So this is actually what I end up doing. I end up zip tying this pump to the side, and yeah, that way I don't have to be worrying about this thing leaking in the future. Okay. Okay, and also to add, you know, we did remove the upper and lower intercooler hoses. We got the engine wiring harness to the side right here to the left, and yeah, we should be good. I'm gonna continue on this teardown. Okay. All right, so we got the clips out of the shifter cables. We got the pins out of the bushings, where the bushings go for the shifter cables, and the slave, we ended up setting that to the side, as well as the accumulator. Okay. What else? We got the reverse plug right here. I'm gonna go ahead and undo that, and then we got the downpipe off. Now I'm gonna focus on the vacuum lines here. Start to disconnect them off of the solenoids here, and then I'll be back. Vacuum lines have been disconnected, and we got the coolant hoses going back to the heater core. We got those disconnected as well. So now all we have left, and we even got that back motor mount, the bolt loose. So now pretty much what we have left is we got this motor mount to undo, and we got this one here to undo. But what I'm going to start doing is putting something so we can hold the motor, because these brackets are obviously, they're missing the ones you usually use to hoist up the motor with. They're missing, so we're gonna get creative and use something. And we got the cherry picker right here ready to go. Well, almost ready to go. We just have to put the legs down. And yeah, so once we do that, we'll be back, and I'll probably put you guys in the time lapse so we can finally take out the 7-volt. All right. Alright, so that's pretty much how you remove the 4G63 motor out of a 2nd generation DSM. So yeah, hopefully this video kind of helped you guys out in some way, some form, especially if you guys never done it before in the past. So yeah, anyways, go ahead and drop a like if you guys like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.